So now that we have one side of our throttle cable solved, let's see if we can figure out the pedal side. So now that I got it hooked back up, I'll put a mark while at wide open throttle right there at the opening, and then when I retract it back, we'll have a mark and we can measure the distance of how much throw we need. All right, so I need roughly 1.2 inches or 1.25. So 1¼ inches is how much travel I need. So now that we know we need 1¼ inch worth of travel, I can set this on a surface, flat surface, and actuate it, measuring how far I need to go on this plane before I get an 1¼ inch worth of travel. So I think our sweet spot's roughly going to land right about this section here. So what I'll do is I'll put it back in the car now and compare it, because right now I don't have no idea where the stop is, because this can just kind of keep going. So I don't know where the stop is, but roughly, even just from this little bench test, I know that's going to be way too much throw. That's obviously, we're right at the pivot, so that's not going to do anything, but it looks like right about here's the sweet spot. So I'll mount this back in the car and we'll take some measurements with it in the car, measuring to the stop. And the stop is roughly in the middle of its adjustment range right now, so we should be good to go there.
So I'm glad I came in here and actually measured everything, because my actual sweet spot is right here up in the curve section. So right where it starts to curve, that's about where I want the thing to attach. So even if I make a bracket that attaches down here, it has to come upwards, so that way the attachment point for the cable is more or less going to be parallel with this arc starting point. Right about where that turn starts. That's about where I want it. Just double check one more time, and then we'll pull it back out.
All right, so now that we know where we're targeting for our attachment point, we can make up a bracket based upon the OEM cable, the OEM one. I know it's really tempting to just cut this off and weld it to that, but it's such a simple shape. The only reason I might still consider cutting this and welding it to that is purely for the thickness of the material. I want to double check the thickness of this compared to what I have on hand. So let me find something and then we'll go from there. But actually, I think something right there will work.
So now I need to put a hole in my firewall, but I want to be mindful because if we look at it from our opening from way up here, you'll notice that because the way a curve works, this is going to come down as it comes out, just a little bit. And we want to make sure that when this cable is getting pulled, it doesn't like start even and then pull way down like that and end up wearing away the inside of this bushing. So we kind of want this center point, we want the center of this to land about halfway through that vertical travel that hole goes through. So let's kind of put a mark on the firewall from the inside and make a pilot hole. Fifteen, 30 seconds, in case anybody's wondering at home. Yep, just a little bit tight, like I figured. Perfect. The cable still moves fine. I'm not too worried. All right, let's attach the inside. All right, so my hole needs to be just either a little bit bigger or possibly also the bracket a little bit thinner. I gotta pull the pedal back out and compare it to the Ford one. So it is slightly, ever so slightly smaller. So we're gonna open that up just a little bit and go from there. I'll actually use the calipers this time. All right, now that that's cut to length, I should be able to install this kind of the normal way, which is to have it loose like this, go like that, come back around and into the slot. Oh, look at that.
All right. Now you stay here and watch this while I pull the throttle, make sure I get full throttle. So as you can see, now I have a functional pedal. So when I push the pedal down, I get throttle. It's fantastic. It looks like I need to adjust the stopper just a little bit down to get full throttle. It looks like I'm just a little bit short, but that's exactly where I want it to be. Because like I said, there's plenty of room on that stopper to adjust it. So I can pull that down a little bit and give me just that little bit more play that I need. So that's it for this episode. As always, keep jamming.